I have a question about our finances. My husband is an attorney here, and he has had a very blessed career, and God has given him just, cases from above that have changed our lives dramatically. And we are very faithful tithers above and beyond what we're called to do.
Does he listen to the program?
I'm sorry?
Does he listen to the program?
No.
No.
And
Bummer.
this is my question.
Okay, what's your question?
He has a different philosophy than I do. He says, I'm going to tithe based on my net over the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets in multiple cases all the time, and so he has his staff, and he has offices in a couple of cities, and so he has his staff that he pays for all the expenses that go along with that. And so he says at the end of the year, whatever my net is, I'm going to tithe on that. And I've kind of have a different philosophy, and I want you to guide me on this because I'm trying to honor him, and so I pray about it, and I say, God, you're going to just take care of him, and you will send the Holy Spirit to him. But I want to be able to be a guiding wife also and not a nagging wife. And so my philosophy was, and I've presented to him in a prayerful way, but I said every case that you get is a case given to you from God.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of those cases comes to you from God's mercy. And if you could please tithe on when a case is successful and you've received payment on that, can you please take our tithe out of that and put it aside, regardless of what your expenses are, whatever it is, because you wouldn't have that case if it wasn't from God.
Okay,
and
so all right, I think we get it.
Okay.
So, Richard, Henry, what do you guys think about?
Well, we have an attorney here who has to manage a caseload and cash
Yep.
flow and expenses.
What do you think about that practice?
I was hoping you wouldn't direct the attention to me on that
okay.
because I certainly understand it, and I think I have an answer for you that will be probably unique from what you may have heard because I put this into practice myself. It's difficult, Yvette, to sometimes with I'm sure your husband probably built his own practice. He's gone from zero to where he is now. So he knows
negative, gone from
Okay, even more so.
Yeah.
Even more so. The struggle's been even a longer rags to riches story.
Yes. Yes.
But you get to a place where if you know where you've been and what it's like to have not, oftentimes when you have, it's a scary place. It's hard to let go of the grasp. And the definition of what tithing is really something that amongst your family you have to decide between the two of you. But I'll give you a unique tool and that might help. Suggest to your husband that he form for about $2,000 or $3,000 your own family foundation.
Okay, your own family foundation.
Your own family foundation. That would be your last name, family foundation. So now you've got this thing that's like a little corporation that you own. And tell your husband, I tell you what, we'll go ahead and tithe as we're tithing, but that extra money that Yvette wants to put away, let's give that to our own family foundation. It's a deduction for him. It's a tax deduction. You still maintain control of that money, but here's the trigger. Once it's in the foundation, Yvette, you can only give it away. So you begin to build that family foundation. Your husband's now got that out of his grasp. It's now in that family foundation, be it $10,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. And now you get to look around and start to find places to put it. And he can't really retrieve it back. And frankly, it's kind of like taking those white knuckles that are around that money and pulling those back softly and letting that grasp go a little bit.
Okay. The people you work with often do give at the end of the year. Is that right?
Yes.
They do. I mean, if you have a business, sometimes you don't really know what you've made until the end of the year.
That's true.
Yeah.